Peter Griffin might be the most clueless husband in the world. Like, the guy is so selfish he would rather go golfing than celebrate his wedding anniversary with his wife. But on a few occasions, we have witnessed him act like the perfect husband. Here are 10 times Peter was the good husband. Would you have thought almost killing your wife is one way to tell her just how much you love her? Isn't that weird? Whatever you think, Lois in the episode Deep Throats seems to enjoy Peter's grand gesture of chaotic romance.
Hey, honk the horn. Rammer.
What?
I said rammer!
What the hell?
Give me the gun.
Wouldn't you be mad at anyone who does that to you? Let's check out Lois's reaction.
What the hell is wrong with you, Peter? You could have killed me!
Yeah, but I got you good, Lois. Admit it. Just say it. I got you.
Oh, all right, you got me. Oh, my God.
Two psychos who belong in a psychiatric hospital. With passion now reignited in their relationship, the couple decides to enter for the Cohog talent show.
Talent show? Oh, Peter, that could be fun. Do you think we have a chance at winning?
Absolutely.
I gotta admit, I admire his confidence.
Well, Lois, I thought you and me could do a song for the talent show. It could be just like the old days when we used to play. You remember, Lois? Remember our band, Handful of Peter?
In preparation for their award-winning performance, Peter dusts off his old guitar.
G, 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 B, 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 there it is.
After such an intense preparation, my money is on the power couple to take home the crown. Lois joins in on the rehearsals, but when they struggle to write good songs, Lois suggests that they go look for inspiration. And by inspiration, she's talking about marijuana. What could possibly go wrong when you turn to pot for some inspiration?
That's my favorite picture of Brian over there on that wall.
He wants to have sex with me so bad. He's not gonna get to.
In my opinion, rehearsals seem to be going on just fine. But if you know marijuana well enough, you know it will give you a lot of good ideas.
Brian, did you know this couch was here? It's so comfortable.
Hey, Lois, look how short Stewie is.
Oh my God, he is short.
Let's hope they haven't forgotten about the talent show.
Great practice, Lois. We are totally ready for that talent show.
Oh my God, Peter, I am so wasted.
Looks like they are set to thrill all of Cohog. At least Peter did something together with his wife. That's what a good husband does. In the episode Peter and Lois' Wedding, the Wi-Fi suddenly goes off, and it's almost like the apocalypse has begun.
Huh. Oh my God, the Wi-Fi is out.
Okay, that's not exactly how it played out. When the Wi-Fi goes off, Meg asks her dad to tell them the story of how he met their mom.
Terrific episode idea, Meg. Well, it was the 1990s, the decade of Viagra, but also Lorena Bobbitt. So it was kind of a yay-boo period for penises. After graduating, your mom and me moved to the city with all our friends.
Peter started like he was going to spill out a truckload of crap, which isn't unlike him, but he soon switched to telling his version of the story.
I lived with my best friends, Quagmire and Cleveland, and your mom lived across the hall with her friends, Bonnie and, Bonnie. God, we desperately need to get more female characters in this show.
Lois, who was beginning to enjoy the nostalgia that came with telling their teenage love story, jumps in to share her own side of the story.
My father had planned out my whole life for me. He wanted me to marry one of Cohog's up-and-comers. Tom Tucker, Elmer Hartman, Seamus, or Billy Zane.
As the episode progresses, we get to see Peter and Lois's love story through the lens of a 90s sitcom.
Okay, time for another scene. Let's transition with a 90s guitar sting that's way too long.
In a shocking twist, we learn that at some point Lois was engaged to Tom Tucker. And yeah, even back then, Tom loved to make an entrance.
Good afternoon, Lois. I'm Tom Tucker, your king-to-be. In other news, President Clinton sent me a congratulatory cigar, but it's a little moist.
Well, Peter wasn't going to give up on Lois so easily. Following one of the most romantic gestures of the 90s, he makes her a mixtape. A mixtape that turns the tide in his favor. And to my surprise, Lois's dad, Carter, was remarkably understanding of her choice.
I've decided to be remarkably understanding about this.
Really?
Yes, and to prove it, I'm going to pay for Peter's bachelor party at the MTV Beach House.
Anyway, Carter isn't one to be trusted. He might have sounded like he had accepted Peter, but since Peter is neither rich nor famous, Carter had other plans. His plan was to tarnish Peter's impeccable image.
It all happened so fast. But the next thing I knew, I was kissing Daisy Fuentes. And it was on national television.
We all knew Peter has always been vulnerable. Well, I meant to say gullible and cheap.
I took your father's mixtape and hucked it into the ocean. Right then and there, I vowed I would never see him again.
Glad she didn't break her vows, because she's been married to the man she vowed never to see again. But if you've ever had any doubts about how Peter feels about Lois, listen to this.
But also, it's Lois. She's getting married tomorrow. Somehow all this success feels meaningless knowing I'm about to lose her forever.
If that isn't romantic, I don't know what is. Just before Lois ties the knot with Tom Tucker, Peter crashes into the church like a knight coming in to rescue his one true love, only he didn't wear shiny armor.
Before you marry Tom, what's the Mortal Kombat blood code? I keep forgetting.
It's ABACABB.
Dummy! Did you fly all the way down here for game codes?
Lois, I may not be as smart or as handsome as the guys your dad wants for you, but I love you more than all of them put together. That's a fact.
Lois then changes her mind, but not before finding out that her dad arranged the now infamous kiss. Such a sweet romantic story that shows just how loving Peter can actually be.
Wow, Mom and Dad. I feel like I learned so much tonight.
In Stuck Together, Torn Apart, Lois runs into an old boyfriend of hers while at the mall shopping.
Meg, help me get these down.
Lois?
Oh my gosh. I don't believe this. Ross Fishman, is that really you? I haven't seen you since college.
Let's just hope Meg's alright. After abandoning her shopping list and following Ross all around the mall like a dog that was promised a bone, they decide to go on a date. And even worse than a date with an ex, Lois decides to keep it a secret from her husband. Oh no, let's not be so quick to judge her. Peter's irrationally jealous and could do something stupid.
Ah, that Hugh Grant is so handsome.
Oh, is that how it is? Come here, you home-wrecking bastard!
Unfortunately for Lois, Peter finds out about her date.
What the hell is Lois doing with another man?
And thanks to Joe's new police tech, Peter is able to listen to Lois's conversation where he hears just enough to make him jealous.
I really enjoy being with you, Ross. I'm having a great time.
Oh my God, that's who that is. Ross Fishman, Lois's old boyfriend.
Now enraged by his wife's secret, Peter decides to get even with her.
So Lois is seeing old boyfriends, huh? Well, two can play at that game.
Oh boy. After going through his long list of girlfriends, most of whom weren't doing too well, Peter decides to pay a hooker to come visit as an old girlfriend. This silly, half-baked move results in an argument that ends with them deciding to go see a marriage counselor. What? In a manner consistent with the absurdity we have come to expect from Family Guy, the counselor makes the stupidest request.
I'd like to put video cameras in every room of your house so that I can observe your uncensored behavior.
Being the desperate dummies that they are, they agree to the plan, and a week later, after reviewing the footage, the counselor makes a recommendation.
I recommend a trial separation, during which time I advise that you date other people.
Well, let's see how well this goes. Following the counselor's recommendation, Peter moves out of the house, and Quagmire sees an opportunity to strike.
Hey, Lois, you want to go out?
What? Well, I don't know, Glenn. Peter and I just separated. I feel like I need more time.
How about now?
Such a good friend. But Lois isn't the only one who has a date. Peter finds himself in the middle of a rather comfortable arrangement.
Peter, this is our niece, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Nice to meet you.
All right, I'm getting up.
Coincidentally, Lois and Peter both choose the same time and restaurant for their date. At first, Lois acts like it's all cool, but soon enough, she loses it.
Hold on, Toots. I don't care what our therapist says. I'm not going to stand by and watch my husband lock lips with another woman. Now beat it!
Ultimately, Lois and Peter reunite in a most romantic dinner.
Together.
Together.
Ma'am, you dropped your napkin.
Here's your drink, sir.
Yeah, we'll work on it later. I love you, Lois.
I love you too, Peter.
Such a sweet couple. In Meet the Quagmires, after listening to Quagmire talk about his sexual escapades, Peter starts to think that maybe his marriage to Lois stopped him from enjoying his life.
Man, I envy you single guys. No families, partying whenever you want. It's like I missed out on half my life. What I wouldn't give to be 18 again.
To follow up on his desire to enjoy his life, Peter asks Death for a little favor.
Could you let me go back in time and be 18 again?
All right, you win. Let's go. But just for one night.
As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Death takes Peter back to 1984 and back, only for Peter to realize that in the short time he was away, a whole lot has changed.
Brian, Molly Ringwald is in my bed and she says she's my wife.
That's not all. Look at this place. Everything's different.
But that's not even the best part.
Lois, what the hell? I'm gone for one night and you sleep with Quagmire?
Mr. Griffin, what I do with my husband is none of your business.
Husband?
Morning, Pete. Hope you and Molly can still join us for dinner tonight. Come here, baby.
Peter also finds out that his kids are now Quagmire's kids, except that their heads are all shaped a little differently. Realizing just how different his life is without Lois, Peter goes back to Death for another favor.
This is the exact moment in 1984 that I sent you to the first time. Just gotta manage not to screw it up again.
You can rest assured that Peter will screw it up.
Crap. Death!
What?
One more time.
One more time? Like, seriously, would that be enough?
Ah, wonderful.
Death!
And yet again, he messes it up, choosing to go partying with Cleveland instead of fixing things up with Lois.
Oh, crap. Death!
No! You know what? I'm not doing it again. Screw this! No more mulligans. You're on your own.
And with just this one opportunity left, Peter almost loses Lois forever.
Peter, the country club dance is where Lois said she fell in love with Quagmire. If they kiss at that dance, you're finished.
Ultimately, Peter changes his tactics. If being reasonable doesn't do the trick, you can always employ a bit of violence.
Hey, Quagmire!
Huh?
Sorry, Lois, but I have to do this.
Now that's how you win your woman back.
Lois, I couldn't bear to live without you. I came back thinking I was missing something in my life. But what I almost missed was the best thing that's ever happened to me. Lois Pewterschmidt, will you be my wife?
Yes. Yes, I will.
During sex with Lois in the episode North by North Cohog, Peter notices something potentially demoralizing.
George? Who the hell is George?
George Clooney?
Our sex is so dull for you that you gotta fantasize about George Clooney?
That's gonna hurt any man's ego. Worried that things are no longer as good as they used to be, Peter figures out a way to spice up their marriage.
Wait a second, Lois. That's what we need. We'll go on a second honeymoon.
On their way to the honeymoon, Lois falls asleep and Peter, who's on the wheels, picks up a comic book because that's the best time to feel like a teenager, and they end up having an accident.
We could have been killed. I mean, look at the front of our car. It's totaled. It's completely totaled, Peter. Oh, this is just terrific. How are we gonna get... Oh, my God. I knew I should have driven. I should always drive. I cannot trust you, Peter Griffin.
Hide your face, Peter. Pretend it's all gonna magically fix itself. This definitely wasn't how they planned to spend their honeymoon. All thanks to Peter. They would have to stay in a cheap-ass motel while the mechanic works on fixing the car.
Oh, come on, Lois. They said they'd have the car fixed by tomorrow, and then our second honeymoon's back on track, huh?
Peter, there's a hooker on the bed. Hi.
Stand perfectly still, Lois. Their vision is based on movement.
Where'd you go?
Well, Peter knows a trick or two. The next morning, they find out that they might have underestimated the extent of the damage done.
$900 to fix the car. That was all the money we had for this trip.
Look, Peter, the second honeymoon was a nice thought, but maybe we should just go home.
While still wallowing in self-pity, the news comes on and Peter has another one of his many mind-blowing ideas.
Barely uses, huh? Lois, I just got an idea.
Peter's latest grand idea is to go to the newly opened luxurious Park Barrington Hotel posing as Mel Gibson so they could check into Mel's specially reserved room.
Peter, we can't afford this.
No, but Mel Gibson can. Excuse me, I'm Mel Gibson, here for the key to my specially reserved room.
Peter's plan works, mostly because the receptionist is daft and not because his disguise is actually good enough. They successfully check into the hotel room where, to Peter's dismay, he learns that sex in a fancy hotel isn't going to magically fix their romantic life.
Oh, Mel!
Mel? Wait a minute. You were fantasizing about Mel Gibson. You don't find me attractive anymore.
Oof, poor Peter. After all the trouble he's been through, Lois is still thinking of another man during sex. Or maybe it's because they're in Mel Gibson's room.
I guess this whole second honeymoon was a waste of time.
Clearly, the honeymoon hasn't gone to plan, but things were about to take a drastic turn. And by drastic turn, I don't mean it's going to get better. It's just going to become more exciting. Before checking out of the room, they steal the film for Mel Gibson's upcoming movie, which results in them being chased by Mel's men in a disruptive high-speed chase.
Peter, what the hell are you doing?
Lois, trust me. How many times have I done this before?
Enough to know that you aren't good at it? Surprisingly, Peter proves to be quite the decent getaway driver because they escape. But just as they start to think it's over, Lois is kidnapped and a bounty placed on her head, forcing Peter to bring out the part of him we rarely ever see. Like the good husband that he is, Peter goes to rescue his wife, and although they get a bit lucky, he does just that. And in that moment, the spark is restored in their marriage.
Honey, I have never been more attracted to you than I am right now.
Really? Wow. Hey, so I guess this honeymoon was just the kind of excitement our marriage needed, huh? I guess it just goes to show that you...
Shut up and let's do it.
You talk too much, Peter. What's more important, celebrating your wedding anniversary with your wife or going out to play golf with the guys? In the episode Death Lives, Peter chose golf over Lois, even when all she wanted was him.
This year, instead of exchanging gifts, I told him it'd be nice if we could just spend a romantic day together.
Unknown to her, Peter had more important plans.
Ah, crap. If Lois finds out I'm ditching her to play golf, she'll hit me with a frying pan.
Maybe you deserve worse. To make sure Lois doesn't find his absence suspicious, Peter sends her on a wild goose chase.
Lois, it's an anniversary scavenger hunt. Your first clue is at the Cohog mini-mart. Love, Peter.
Gotta admit, that's a smart move. So while Lois is scavenger hunting for clues, Peter's at the Barrington Country Club playing golf. Unfortunately for him, the golfing expedition doesn't go as planned as it rains heavily and everyone abandons him on the golf course. Still bent on playing golf, Peter continues under the rain until he's struck by lightning. Maybe that's punishment for ditching your anniversary.
Oh, Death, please don't take me now.
Relax, you're not dying. You're just having a near-death experience.
Oh, thank God.
But Peter's troubles are far from over as he realizes that his spirit is trapped outside his body.
I can't put you back until you have a revelation. You know, one of those things that changes your life.
Meanwhile, Lois's search for clues leads her to the races, where everyone thinks she's crazy. Maybe she's crazy for love.
And now it appears there's a woman chasing the dogs.
Let's go, kids.
Soon enough, the excitement of playing a secret game with her husband fades off as Lois's scavenger hunt becomes a frustrating adventure.
Go back to the mini-mart. Well, this isn't very creative. Let's go, kids.
She also finds out the truth.
Did Peter give you a clue for me?
Peter? He's down at Barrington with Brian and Quagmire.
He's golfing? On our anniversary?
Go get him, girl. Meanwhile, Peter's search for a revelation continues as death takes him back to the first time he met Lois's dad, Carter Pewterschmidt.
Peter, what do you think of this bronze statue?
It's nice.
It's early Etruscan.
Oh, get out of here.
No, seriously.
Oh, that's great.
I'll take it. Carter didn't like Peter that much. Now, desperate to get back to Lois, Peter's willing to do just about anything, including helping Death get a girlfriend. However, that plan doesn't go too well. Eventually, Peter gets his revelation as he witnesses his younger self reject $1 million bribe from Carter to let Lois be.
Holy crap. Back then, I gave up $1 million just to be with Lois. Now I won't even miss a lousy golf game to spend our anniversary together. No wonder she's gonna dump me.
Or is she?
Wait a minute, that's my revelation. I gotta pay more attention to my wife.
Mad at Peter, Lois arrives at the golf club hoping to give him a piece of her mind, but Peter is already one step ahead of her.
Oh, Peter, our song.
Happy anniversary, Lois.
This is the most romantic gift you've ever given me.
Let's just say Peter is a big-time cheat. Baby, It's Cold Inside is yet another episode where Peter doesn't prioritize his anniversary. This time around, he completely forgets about it.
Peter, of course you know what today is.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland's birthday.
And maybe another special day?
National Dachshund Day.
Oh, Peter, you forgot our anniversary again, didn't you?
What? No, I got you an awesome gift. But you can't see it until tonight.
That's because there's really no gift. With time against him, Peter has to come up with something special for their anniversary, and he has to do that real quick. To pull it off, he goes to his friends for help, but they are all a clueless bunch lacking in romantic ideas. So Peter turns to Seamus for ideas.
Full moon tonight. Why not take your bride on a romantic cruise around Cohog Harbor?
You know what? I think Lois would like that.
What woman wouldn't like that?
You know, I have to admit I had my doubts, but you've really surprised me. A romantic dinner on a boat?
Lois then decides to take it up a notch, by having a quick romantic swim with her husband. What she doesn't realize is, you don't take such a risk with Peter.
Jack!
Peter, don't leave me to die out here! Peter, come back!
Oh man, fortunately it wasn't a shark. So Lois doesn't get eaten on her anniversary night. Let's not talk about how brave Peter was. Feeling sad about abandoning his wife, Peter spends the rest of the episode trying to make it up to her. Common. Don't be so hard on Peter. Everyone makes mistakes. Just that not everyone would step on their wife's face while trying to run away to selfishly save themselves.
Oh, I forgive you, Peter. I just don't think I'll ever be able to see you as a man, my protector, or a real husband again.
To earn back Lois's respect, Peter and his friends come up with an elaborate scheme to make him look like a hero.
I just have to show Lois I can still be her hero.
Although the plan is a laughable one, even though Quagmire thinks it's genius.
Sometimes I suffer under the weight of my own genius.
Their execution is even more laughable. Like, these men can't get a thing right, no matter how hard they try. The plan is for Peter to take Lois back to the harbor for a makeup date, and while there, a shark, which really is just Glenn in a costume, will attack, and Peter would rise up to the occasion to rescue her. Sounds straightforward, right?
No, wrong plank, not there.
Huh?
No, it's nothing. I just think you were supposed to step here. Don't worry, Lois. I'll protect you if there's any sharks around. I said if there's any sharks around.
Peter, I'm not ready. I lost one of my flippers.
Unfortunately for Peter, the hero, a real shark surfaces, and the crybaby in him comes out, and Lois jumps in to save her hero of a husband. So Peter might not have turned out to be the hero in the end, but we are going to give him credit for going to such great lengths to make his wife happy. It was undoubtedly a disaster, but hey, he really wanted to be a good husband.
Peter, did you rig this whole thing so that I would fall into the water?
Yes. I guess now you're really mad at me, huh?
I'm not mad. I'm horny. Hornier than I've been in a long time.
In Boys Do Cry, Lois auditions to become the church organist, and despite the fact that she hasn't played in years, which means she's kinda rusty, she impresses.
Well, I don't know if I can compete with the rest of these people, but here goes.
That was beautiful, Mrs. Griffin.
Initially, Peter, who is always against Lois's ideas, isn't so supportive of her ambition.
Oh, finally! Some of us have been waiting all evening for a certain wife to come home and feed her starving family.
Knock it off, Peter. Stop whining like an attention-seeking starving toddler. Well, Peter's complaints aren't going to stop Lois from making her big announcement.
Well, I've got good news. I'm gonna be the church's new organist.
And that's not all. Her new role comes with some conditions for the family.
It also means that this family is gonna start going to church again on Sundays.
Now, here's the part where we believe Peter acted like a good, sweet husband, even though he would rather be somewhere else.
Ah, sweet! We are out of here! Now I can do what I planned to do this morning. Gladiator mice. Yes, die! I have everything and you have nothing!
I didn't say his plans were meaningful though, but at least he was supportive enough to take the family to church. a show of support for his wife. Also, when the entire city of Cohog shows up at their doorstep demanding that Stewie undergo a forced exorcism, Peter stands up for his family by relocating them to Texas until the dust settles.
We're trying to locate a possessed child. Have you seen anyone who looks like this?
Yeah, that's my son. He's actually in the mini-mart right now. He'll be out in a second. No, never seen him before.
Yep. Peter acts like an immature jerk most of the time, but he undeniably cares about Lois and the kids. Now that's a good husband. In the episode Hot Pocket Dial, we discover that Peter would go to any extent to keep Lois to himself, including fighting Quagmire. How romantic. In this episode, Quagmire finally opens up about having feelings for, oh no, Lois.
No, I don't want a woman like Lois. I want Lois. She's perfect. I've loved her for years. She's warm and kind and beautiful. I've never been so in love with anyone.
Now, we know why Quagmire's single. Unfortunately for Quagmire, he pocket dialed Peter while making the confession. Eek.
Oh my God! Quagmire's in love with my wife?
Now, Peter knows that his closest friend is trying to steal his wife. Concerned about what he just learned, he seeks advice from the wisest person in the Griffin household. Yeah, I'm talking about Brian. If Peter's comfortable enough to go to the dog for such a sensitive conversation, then it means the dog is the only person with a half-functional brain in the house. Well, apart from Lois. In this case, Brian actually does give Peter some sound advice.
Peter, wait, listen. Delete that message and pretend you never heard it.
What? Why?
Because you weren't meant to hear it. If you act on this, all you'll do is wreck your friendship and cause heartache for everyone involved.
Peter listens to Brian's advice and tries to act like everything's normal. But at the neighborhood picnic, he struggles to contain his jealousy and confronts Quagmire.
You pocket dialed me, you bastard!
Peter, that was a private conversation.
That doesn't change the fact that you want to steal my wife.
Hey, get your hands off me.
While some might say Peter is being irrational, which is actually kind of the truth, you can also see a man who is willing to fight to save his marriage.
But if Quagmire actually has feelings for you, I'm afraid he might take you away from me.
Peter, nobody's taken me anywhere. I love you.
I love you too, Lois.
And Lois comes out of her shell. Peter makes an insensitive comment about Lois on her birthday, forcing the now insecure wife to switch things up.
Peter, that's enough.
Lois, you may not be the young filly you were when I met you, but you're still my reliable old plow horse.
What you just witnessed is Peter trying to be romantic. Instead, it came out as insensitive and plain annoying. Now, to prove to her husband that she's more than an old plow horse, and she's in fact still hot, Lois reignites her inner youth.
What the hell?
Hey, sluts!
Beyond her new sexy outfit, Lois is now a party freak. At first, Peter loves the excitement that came with the revamp, but soon enough, he realizes that maybe he prefers the old Lois more.
Can we leave, Lois?
Actually, we are leaving. We're hitting another insane party across town.
What, you mean now?
Peter, you sound like an old fart.
He's just exhausted from moving from party to party.
Jeez, Peter, you look terrible.
I know. Lois has been wearing me out. I just can't keep up with her.
You asked for it in the first place. Following the conversation with Brian, Peter, who was previously too blind to notice, realizes that Lois is just trying to show that she's not an old plow horse. Now, full of regrets, Peter goes to get his wife back. This time around, he has some truly romantic things to say.
Look, I didn't mean to say that. I was a jerk.
But isn't this what you want? Don't you want me to stay young and exciting?
Look, Lois, I'll always treasure the wild little hottie I met when I was young. But I don't want to be with a kid anymore. I want a smart, sexy, beautiful, middle-aged companion. I want the real Lois. My Lois.
Well, Peter can be sweet when he wants to. And that's it for today. Hope you had fun watching Peter struggle to be romantic. Kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our equally entertaining videos. See you soon.